Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boys. I'm T-Cat. We've also got the Krocs.
Hello.
And we got Leafyboi.
Hello.
So, guys, another episode of All Out Pummeling. Our third episode. What are we talking about tonight?
We have 3 matches that we are going to go through. And then we have our tier list. And I say ours, I mean T-Cat and Krocs' tier list. But,
Aye.
you know, we're going to look through those. And then we have everybody's favourite, the name rater. It's what we all look forward to, hence why we put it at the end of the episode.
I am a fan of the name rater. I know we came up with the idea. It sounds really pretentious to say that, but I quite enjoy sort of knowing the reasons behind everyone's names. Because as we saw from Crispy's last time, like, God, there's some depth in there.
There is some depth. Some people really go for it when they're choosing any names.
Certainly. It's why I always wanted to know when seeing them anyway. So this is like really, I just need to know. That's why I really like it.
Just need to know.
I need to know, man. Is that a reference to something I know?
More than likely. Okay.
Am I stupid if I don't know the reference?
I know.
Oh God!
God.
Is it an inside joke? Oh God! Me? No.
Oh, that's what we got to Dom's name. Alright, is there anything that he wants to talk about, or should we just dive straight into the games?
We're actually joined by a special guest for a little bit.
A special guest?
Yeah, we've got Poldark here. That's
Ooh.
right, Handsome John himself.
Good evening. How are we doing?
Here he is.
Oh my God, it's the Leafyboi tots.
The
Wishy Tots here, reporting in.
How are you tonight, John? You right?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. Great fan of it, and
Thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
Don't worry, there's no payment. This is all sort of free labour. Thanks for
Freelance.
freelance.
There's no payment in the Pokemon world. We all know that. No money to be paid.
Only poker dollars.
Oh, can't get that Slowpoke tail though. Still not enough.
I'll trade you a shiny Bidoof. That'll be your payment.
Oh, give
I
that
will
the
gladly
Bidoof,
pay you a shiny Bidoof today for a shiny Memorandum.
Yeah. So we said we were going to talk about 3 games, and because one of the games is actually going to be myself versus PK, which means we were going to be a game down, but Handsome John has kindly decided to join us, and yeah, we're going to be going through his game versus Edward Pryor.
I'm really happy to talk about this one, guys. So yeah, thanks for having me on.
Thanks. And we'll get into a second, but before that, just a quick note. For all those who joined the Berry seminar the other day, thank you all for coming. Your
it was
gift
a
bags
good
are
time.
in the mail, and you have been added to the newsletter, the email list, so you'll be sending out something real soon for you.
I hope I've got
also-
peanut berry. I really like this. It's quite tasty.
Little bit of housekeeping. Somebody left behind a yellow scarf. If we could, if someone could just message me and we can return that yellow scarf to you. Okay. Right.
Now that's out of the way.
Without further ado, shall we get into our first match?
Yes, we have the Leafyboi tots versus Edward
Sting.
Pryor.
And
It's
his team is called JP.
it's called. I'm trying to remember the city name.
It's the Sheffield Ninjas.
It's
Come on,
the
man.
Sheffield Sheds in Jars. Actually,
Sheds
That's
in
the
jars.
one. The sheds
I
and
do
jars.
love sheds in jars.
it's the Sheds in Jars. So, Tom, not Tom. Fucking
Tom?
John.
Tom.
We've got a guest. We've not got new presenters, have we?
Well, actually, we've been
Tom's
joined by
here too.
another guest.
Oh my god.
Tom, welcome aboard.
We're going to welcome Handsome Tom.
Handsome Tom is here.
The rival Hanson John.
But I know I'm the Dream World sort of host here, like the hidden one, but I didn't realise I've been replaced already. My god.
Now that we've talked about it, I have to leave it in. Damn it. Okay. So. Handsome John, as you were in this game, do you want to talk us through the team? Obviously, we're on the team screen at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were
Okay,
you
so
thinking coming into this game?
I was 2-2 going into this game after losing to Joe in the first round of regionals. So I need to win out from here to get through to the playoffs, the Ruby playoffs. So I was really nervous about this. Then after looking at the teams and thinking about my strats, looking how Ed played these games, he wanted to make his sticky whips and then hit me really fast. But most of my teammates just don't give a crap. They either ignore sticky whips, levitate, flying, or Toxpace doesn't care about being slow, and Copagregos obviously doesn't care about being slow. So, and Sharpedo can even get some boosts over it. So I knew I was safe on that strategy, and it was just a case of finding the other way to kill him.
Can you tell me about Ribombi? and what your plan for dealing with that beast is.
God, I love a Bombi. Give me it. I want it.
What we got? Really, it's just that's the sticky web set on this team. I was more worried about Araquanid coming because that can magic coat toxic spikes from my Toxapex, and Toxapex can't burn it with a scald or anything like that, so actually it hits quite hard. Bombi coming up is fine for me. I've got Rotom Heat and strong attacks, physical attackers, and all sorts, so it's not a problem.
Okay, nice. Guys, anything you want to mention about the team screen, or do you want to just hop in?
I think this is the game we see the Z conversion from the polygon.
Ooh.
Yeah, this round after we confirmed this round, the round before this round, sorry, in round 4, that Ed was running a Z conversion on this polygon Z, so I was on the lookout for that, and it had been talked about in the outfield league as well. So that information has been shared and shown.
That's what happens. If you show your tech, then everyone knows and everyone prepares for it in the next round.
Absolutely.
Good job that no one listens to this show, so I can perfectly say all my tech.
That is right. All sort of 4 fans of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, John.
I don't even fucking watch it.
One of those, my girlfriend, it's like, she gets full to watch it. She's like, watch this thing I've done.
Please,
understand me. Get me, please.
Cool. Now, I can't remember most of the match, so it's going to be live for me, but I've seen Cofagrigus there. I'm a fan of the Cofagrigus.
It's still riddle to me, damn it.
Yeah, I like the Cofagrigus. Obviously, I didn't use it too much last season, as John has definitely used it a lot better.
And John
than
uses it to take on entire teams with. So
I know, it's great.
I like it.
Whereas I just use it to kind of take
throw away games after it does so much hard work for me. I throw away the games anyway. So how good is it really? If it doesn't win the game by itself, then what's the point of it?
Would you say it's got some sort of curse on it, John?
Oh my god.
Some sort of mummy's curse.
Yeah.
Well, I think just like Cofagrigus and Toxapex, we've stalled enough. So should we dive into the game?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so play in 3, 2, 1, go. Toxapex comes out first.
Always
into
nice.
the Jabberwock. It is.
So I just consider scouts.
Mega Evolves.
When preparing, I always do some traps to make sure I can live and survive certain things. I knew I could take an earthquake if I stay in to get a layer of spikes up, and then he predicts the switch, and then
he didn't even go for the earthquake. Went for Stone Ridge, expecting a switch maybe.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And there it comes.
Intimidate Lando.
Using another earthquake here.
Ooh, tasty.
He also sees that I'm not holding leftovers. So I don't know if he is aware of that, but you can see that I'm not holding them on the top specs there.
I remember watching these first 4 turns and thinking like, oh my god, this is the god 4 turns for
Yeah,
me.
it's completely textbook.
You got toxic spikes, you got stealth rocks, and you got off some damage on the Garchomp. All he's got off is a Mega Evolve, and his Kyurem is now.
And 10% damage to your bitch, something, and that's like
Is this physically or specially defensive? I'm guessing specially.
Especially defensive.
Mine, Bitchip is especially defensive. Can't take a physical hit to save his life.
Yeah. Oh, recover and roost. Ooh.
Fine, his poison's not going to be enough to get through that Kyurem, and Bitchip's not going to be able to eat through his roosts. But I get a free knockoff on the switch here, because I can predict him switching.
The strongest Ice Dragon.
Knock off. And we see it doesn't knock anything off, so
I
we know it's got a Z crystal.
I get legend information off that, which is really nice.
Quite powerful freeze dry there, quite a lot.
Yeah, stab, maybe never melt ice. I think I was holding expert belt instead of never melt ice, so actually it was less powerful. Less powerful than it could have been.
I mean, the Z conversion comes out, but he is.
He's got
another 2 turns.
Yeah, I swap here, predicting the electric attack because it's a stronger stab move for him. Sure. Now that he's electric.
Sure.
But he uses the correct neutral coverage shadow rule, which is really fine for him.
Does he become electric in addition to being normal type, or is he now only electric type?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I think he's just electric. Either which way, I sponge the hit there. Getting poison on Dormanta is quite nice.
John says the duck game is over.
There we go. You see my rocket helmet there eating into that line of sand.
So he's just 1 layer of toxic spikes here is still doing plenty of work.
Against aggressive sides, yeah, they're just going to eat away. He predicts the switch again, but I stay in knowing again that I can survive an earthquake.
And now
he's now locked into outrage.
He's going to take some rocky helmet damage. He's locked into poison.
Yeah.
I get to do know that I want a second layer of toxic spikes in case he sets up with an Mimikyu or I don't know.
Does it have a poison type on his roster?
No, in his entire roster. Let's have a look.
I can't remember.
I meant that was. Yeah, let's have a look.
There is the totem Mimikyu.
I love this.
Big scary robot.
Oh god, it's so creepy.
I hate that thing.
He stops you recovering here.
Taunt's nice. Still got the Toxapex.
Intimidate's good.
Still got the disguise up though.
That's actually quite nice for another turn of toxic damage, so you can't really do much. Intimidate as well.
Yeah, only a small boost to attack.
Yeah, I get to switch between.
And you can live
and Landorus.
+1 fairly comfortably on
Toxapex.
Yeah.
Take Rocky Helmet damage.
Yeah, this is a physically defensive specs because that's all I care about from his team is physical stuff really. I wouldn't have stayed in against the Polygon Z or anything like that. So.
Does he have defog or anything? Like
that was the double out there? Yeah,
I mean,
double out.
Rabombi will get it, but
another out
use it.
He just keeps switching.
Aromatherapy, which is kind of fine because it cures all the poisons and can be replaced with toxics.
So that Cure will now pick up a toxic that comes in, which is what I wanted.
It's better. Ooh, big volt switch.
So
is that a choice specs?
Yeah, choice specs oven, which I really like. Yep.
Yeah. So again, you've got the webs down there, but you don't care because your team is levitating.
Yeah.
That's true. I was wondering, like, was he hoping for like Dalmanitan to get a sweep now that some of the stuff's going to be slower? Or
I guess that's what he's got to go for here, but just can't. There's no right buttons against the rest of my team.
Yeah, I think at this point.
It's just gone pretty much.
Yeah.
I predict the switch here. I don't know why. I just thought he might switch into Mimikyu or something. So Scald kind of goes awry. Whereas I could have recovered.
Yeah.
But I just predicted the switch just in case I'm in the Mimikyu.
Now, were you trying to preserve the score here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think when it's this point, you're just gonna go for the 6-0.
I don't need to risk anything at all. And yeah, the most you can do is you can't do enough to this bit chip to get through it. So you just,
like something's gonna get toxic no matter what.
Yep.
Nothing
Toxic.
left. So
yeah.
Why not?
Great skies.
Look at how much work Cryogon's putting in. Oh yeah.
I like to think he's a nice parallel to my Avalok. He's just the special version of the Avalok.
He's not even that bulky. He hasn't got the HP to back it up. I think.
He doesn't look bulky. He just looks like a frail little snowflake.
He looks really cool. I don't care what Dom says. I think Cryogon is a cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah, especially his shiny form. His shiny form is so cool. I really like the shiny form.
Yeah.
I do like the shiny form a bit more. It's just got a bit more sort of life and colour to it.
Yeah.
So I do make a mistake here with the recovering and stuff because I forget that I'm going fat first. So where he drops down now, I should be able to freeze dry and kill him. If I don't, I just click recover for 2 more turns, which actually loses me a kill on my Cryogonal.
Yeah.
The stats.
I know.
Ed could have clicked Roost there, but he just doesn't want to prolong the inevitable.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, the GG comes out, and that is your win.
31 turns, 6-0.
Well done. Wow, I mean, was not expecting anyone to 6-0.
It looked very comfortable. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was pretty textbook.
Definitely unexpected and really nice pickup against Ed, who's obviously had a really dangerous looking team for the start of the season. I'm really pleased to trodden on him as a heel.
Did that match just go exactly as you planned it, or did he
pretty much
play
like
a
this.
bit wrong? Just
good
prep.
Once he outpredicted himself, like I knew I could take some hits with Toxapex and like regenerate out and play and work my way back into it a bit more. But he predicted me switching, which just cost him a lot because I got to do stupid stuff with Toxapex, like laying the spikes and recovering and all sorts. So he might have outplayed himself.
You played the entry hazard game really well.
Yeah, I think he just didn't answer the entry hazards. The amount of damage that racked up from those rocks and the poison is just too much.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm annoyed not to get the kill on that Cryogonal at the end there. So he's not.
Boost the Cryogonal stats.
The Toxapex is going to have to pick up that score for him.
Yeah, not quite the icing on the cake, but you know.
Yeah.
Good enough.
The thing that most upset me about this game was that you didn't bring Shaman to the game that you trounced Ed with. It could have been brilliant. Could have been beautiful.
What to why is it? Has he got a relationship with Shaman? Has he got a history?
Cool. I've linked him to Robotnik, and you have the.
Oh, I see.
Just like
Okay.
Are we?
No, sorry.
So Shaman, come on.
I'm trying to bring him, but there's not many opportunities.
Am I correct in
Every
thinking we
game.
didn't even see the Cophagragus or the Sharpedo this game?
No Kofax, no Sharpedo.
Yeah,
No.
so it was just a form-on victory.
Yeah. Good job, John.
Good work.
Well, yeah,
Form on
thanks.
and a formality.
Yep, and
So-
that put you at a very nice score
3-2
of
plus 12.
plus 12. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
taking-
crazy score.
So only giving Ed his first loss. So him and Joe are still above me at 4. We haven't done
4
about
and
Joe's
1.
games. We don't know about Joe's games
Yeah, we
yet.
don't know
Yeah.
about games.
Yeah, so Joe either goes to 5-0 or to 4-1. So
Yeah. Well, we'll sum all that up when we look at the tiers a little bit later on.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
Perfect.
thank you very much, John, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
absolute pleasure. And I'm really glad I got to be able to share that match with you.
Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of the league.
Perfect. I'll see you in round 6 and 7 and the playoff
And beyond.
Yeah.
You in the final.
You in the final.
From the bottom now we hear. From the bottom now we hear.
Oh god, he's learning. He's evolving. Duh, 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 duh.
Well done, my young Padawan.
I know.
All right. Well, cheers, John.
Cool. Cheers, guys. Yeah.
Catch you later.
Have a good rest of the show. Bye.
Later.
Bye. Right.
Oh, thank God, that guy's gone.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
What an ass!
Encroaching
The
upon
worst
my
kind of
decree.
Oh dear. All right. So we should move on to our next
Yes.
game.
Let us
Indeed.
Game number 2. This is going to be Joe Roberts of the Crook Crocknows versus Mighty Spatula Sam Giel of the Penistone Palpitoads. Penistone Palpitoads.
Penis.
My favourite names. Penis.
Yes.
Okay. Joe, look at your team. Look back to Sam's team. Look at your team. What were you thinking? It's not your team. It's Sam's team.
I'm sad. I'm still sad. Forever sad.
Why are you sad, Joe?
England lost, that's why.
Oh,
God.
I know, right?
So heartbroken still. I went on a foul-mouthed tirade on many group chats last
Oh
night.
man, you were
And
mad.
then I was so mad, and it turned to supreme sadness, profound sadness,
Profound
very quickly.
I was like, we could record yesterday, but no, PK's in a bad mood.
I really was. I wasn't in a good place, and I still don't think I am. But less of that, more of this game.
Yeah, team.
Yeah. Well, that was I prepped for 4 of those mons. I didn't expect the Shuckle to come, but I wasn't worried about it. I didn't prep for the Incineroar at all, which I think does come up a bit later. I didn't really deal with it in very good ways. What did I prepped for the Skarmory instead of the Incineroar. I can't remember what other one I thought you'd bring.
I think you were aware of the Honchcrow, since it does.
I was aware of the Honchcrow. Yeah, Honchcrow messed me up a
outspeed
fair bit.
your things with Sucker Punch, kills Espeon.
Yes.
Without, I think you had.
Yeah,
as discussed in
that'll
our
come
Berry
up at
conference.
the end.
We did a couple of practice games, like nothing major.
I think, yeah, literally 2.
Yeah, the Honchcrow was a bit of an issue. I think Dark type just in general was pretty good against your team. Although I didn't try the Incineroar, which I think did quite well.
Yes.
Shall we
Well,
jump in?
shall we jump on in? Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Leave with the Coco.
Instantly,
straight.
once again, no names on your end.
Yeah. Well.
Poor form. This is why the result went as it did. Come in.
Definitely
So,
well.
yeah, we've got the physical Tapacogo, so the Intimidate start is bad for me.
Oh, and you had the knock, so you
Yeah.
had the Rocky Helmet for
Yeah.
trying to get a bit of damage, because you weren't happy with Don Fan for this game, were you?
No, I
You wanted
just...
a wall thing, but...
essentially, none of my walls worked against him.
Yeah.
So,
So I think everything else sort of gets good fighting moves, or hit especially against.
Yeah.
Gorgeist obviously loses to his psychic stuff. Well, not psychic, but like everything that he has is psychic learn Shadow Ball.
Yeah. Same as he throat chop. It just does more damage than any other move except for a knockoff.
We were wondering about that. Like, I remember you saying it, but
yeah, it has 80 base
Curious about the
power,
throat
which
chop.
is the most powerful dark move that Weavile has access to.
Okay.
So
magic bounce, stealth throw.
magic
I
bounce
love that.
and encore. See, this is why I was not worried about the Shuckle.
Yeah.
I just he can't literally do nothing against me. So
I had no idea that encore could be bounced, but yeah, he just kind of
I
lets
didn't know that
Shuckle
either.
die.
That was neat. I like
yeah, which makes it feel super bad. The fact that I still lost, and the fact that he essentially just bought 5 mods because that did nothing. So
Dolphin just coming back out to be sacked.
Yeah.
Ooh, it didn't quite
So-
make those flames though.
yeah, running the mixed flamethrower, but I expected to die there. Either way. Now this is where it all goes wrong. That was a roll.
Okay.
That roll there,
That's
was
a
bad.
bulky Incineroar.
and then the 1% roll
It's
back.
so good, isn't it?
But
Yeah,
I'm locked
now-
into Brave Bird.
Brave Bird.
So if I swap out something died to the earthquake, or I click Brave Bird and kill his thing, but I die. So it's like between saving a 1% Tapu Koko or losing something else that was on a lot of. I think maybe I could have just gone to the Blissey. I think that was probably a better play. Because it wasn't terribly offensive. Yeah, I think I should have gone to Blissey.
Well, chat blew up on that term, and then I'm
It really
guessing
did.
On turn 12 there was a bit of a pause because you battle time with
You
Sam.
got the battle timer for the BM. Like,
Oh,
What was that?
Sam is starting to be a little more, shall we say, considerate with his picking of moves. Which,
taking some of his sisters.
yes,
planning.
he is starting to speak
Sister.
slightly too long for my liking.
So you battle time with him, just to give him a
Yeah,
warning.
yeah, just give him a little flick of the battle timer, just a gentleman's.
And
Come on, Sam,
here's
speed it up a
where
little
you
bit.
got absolutely outplayed.
Oh, this is it. Big counter.
See, everyone keeps going, oh, it's huge cheat. It's like, well,
It's not
no,
huge, it's a
I kind
legit
of
Alakazam
I kind
set.
of knew it was a
Yeah.
possibility. Doesn't mean I could have done anything different.
No.
See,
no.
I
Like,
was
what were my
thinking-
other options?
That's the
Yeah.
advantage of that set. It's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like, you would need priority on other things. What's that to be?
So
what you've done.
this,
That was just a toss-up. Is he going to pursue or sucker punch? And you
so
flip
That's
the
what
coin
it's coming
and
down to.
came
but
down.
I've
yeah,
still got
when we
full
get
steam
there.
to get through.
So yeah, we get through this. Luckily, we do enough damage with the Signal Beam
Yeah,
to kill, and we outspeed, so we can't soft boiled. Yeah,
Okay.
then this happens.
Okay.
So
what you needed to do was
I
switch
needed
out.
I needed to switch out so Sucker Punch failed, and then I can survive with my Colbur Berry
Yep.
a regular Sucker Punch from that Honchkrow.
And
But
what
with
did
the
you-
Moxie boost, it just dies.
It does just die. And what did you have on Espeon for Punch Crow?
Espeon had Dazzling Gleam, which one-shot it.
Nice.
Easily.
okay.
Especially after Stealth Rock damages, it just obliterated it. So I think it would have gone to about 10% from that Sucker Punch. I made sure it wasn't even a roll. And I would have just killed him back. But I think, so it was a mind game whether he would have a suit or not, and whether he would pursuit or Sucker Punch. I think really I would have known he should have clicked Sucker Punch. But in my head I was like, okay, this doesn't matter. I know Espeon just kills it. And then it killed it and got the Mock Boost, and I went, ah, shit, it doesn't kill it now. Yeah, I was pretty fucking gutted.
You were scared, boy.
Yeah.
When I
I was,
got to that
yeah,
turn,
let down.
Yeah, when I got to that turn watching it, I knew he was gonna go for Sucker Punch. I was like, I can completely see
I was
why
like, there's
you
no
didn't
way
switch
he is
out.
going pursuit here, but
Yeah, but I was like, he's going Sucker Punch. But I think it's just one of those in the heat of the match things. Like you can't risk him going for the pursuit because then you just lose.
Yeah, if he clicks Pursuit, I lose. If I switch and he clicks Pursuit, I lose.
Yeah,
If I stay in and he hits Sucker Punch, I lose.
yeah.
If I stay in and click a move and he clicks Pursuit, I outspeed and kill him. So there's like, yeah.
I think he was probably just a bit too scared that you would just click Thunderbolt and
Yeah, I think really
expecting
that.
a pursuit. But
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still not the end of the world for you. Like, one loss against Sam. He seems to always take down, like, the top people, like when he beat Dom with the Sunkern.
I wasn't here for that. I've heard tales of this legendary Sunkern.
I mean, you say it's not the end, but that's one loss, and then my next match is against Ed. And if I lose that, I'm in silver. Not silver, but Sapphire playoff.
Yeah. We can switch places, Joe.
Oh, I was doing super well, and apparently then just 2 losses. Like, that was only a 1-0 defeat. Apparently I can still go to silver. It's pretty fucking bad.
Hell, the cookie crumbles, man.
What's the point?
It's because you're
FML.
good people. It's like England.
Not 15 minutes, Joe. I know you always want to FF at like 5, but you've still got a bit of
I've
to go.
already started building my team for next season. Done with this season.
No, you're not. You're gonna make your way through Sapphire Cup into the final.
Just like I did last season. Woo!
Yeah. You'd be like, damn, the scumbag over there.
Hello.
Speaking of that scumbag over there, it's time for our game.
Yeah.
I mean, one of us is much more looking forward to talking about this than the other. Because it was the Luton Town Leafybois versus the Toad and Terry Kids.
Yeah.
Got those 2 names on lockdown.
This is the first time we've played in a official match. We did play one another in the monotype, and I did absolutely destroy you 1-0 with Ghost versus Dragon, and I walled you with a Gorghost.
You did beat me, yes.
Yes, I did.
Oh, it was really sad because I actually recorded that match like with the audio as well, and it was really good. But then the audio didn't record. So
yeah.
But it was so good because it had like all the reactions, and I was getting really like ahead of myself. I was like, oh yeah, well I fucking got this, haven't I? I was laughing at plays, and then PK just took it right at the end. I was like, well, shit.
Yeah, I did. But that was between seasons, and now this is the first like proper match.
Yeah, that was 0 prep, and this was prep.
This is the first time you'd actually clashed officially in a league match?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
PK is my Padawan. So I've taught him well. He got silver last time.
I did. I came second last time, which is good.
I mean, he drafted a good team with both. Although actually, you drafted the teams on your own merit, so
I did.
Well done on that.
I know.
Yeah.
I actually put effort into it. And then this season, I kind of put less effort into it.
No, you just.
But I still got. I still got pretty much what I wanted this season as well. I just haven't been. Yeah, I got Como, I got Excadrill, I got Diancie, and I haven't
been
playing.
Clanging enough scales.
Oh boy! Best believe that's in the back of my head. Somebody's gonna get clanged at some point. You don't know.
But
I'm coming for you. It was not you this match.
So what were you thinking coming into this game? Like, there's my roster.
I looked at your entire team and I'm like, my team is surprisingly slow in comparison. So I was like,
wasn't it JP's had the highest base speed out of all the teams or something weird? There was some weird stat like that.
He is a fast team, and I was worried mainly about Manaphy. Because everything else I could sort of one-shot or deal with, except for Manaphy. And then I kind of came to the conclusion that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a boosting move on every single one of his mons. And I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to click that boost once, and then I'm just going to attack. And that should kill you in most circumstances. The only thing I had with Manaphy is nothing one-shot it, except a +3 combo with the Thunder Punch. Or my Chandelure had Energy Ball, and it was kind of like Chandelure needs to kill Manaphy pretty much.
Yeah.
My Potion Lola, which you didn't see much, was actually had Nasty Plot Thunderbolt. It wasn't a Technician Hidden Power set. I was just like, nope, Thunderbolt, let's go.
Yeah, you didn't use Parting Shot as well.
I did not.
Just quickly, my thoughts coming into this. I
thought you were
going
to absolutely smash me.
Always. No. Well, I was genuinely concerned, particularly about the Mega Diancie and the Excadrill, because they are horribly powerful. Diancie is hella fast when it Mega Evolves, and so it outspeeds a lot of my stuff unless it's Scarf, but then Scarf Excadrill is also really scary as well.
I think the only thing it doesn't really outspeed is Lopunny and Jolteon, I want to say. But you didn't bring the Jolteon in the end?
No, I thought, well, I mean, they just one-shot me and I don't kill them back with anything.
Yeah.
So my plan for this game was Aggron takes the hit. So Aggron he's gonna kill 2 things, and the way he's gonna do this is with Sturdy and one-shotting you with choice band stuff, because the steel type's super effective against the Yahtzee, and I had a move for Excadrill as well. It might have just been Earthquake, which would have taken that out as well. And I was going to enable this with another method that we'll see in a moment, but it doesn't quite go to plan. Should we jump into the game then?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start off.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Boom. So you start out with Dude Bro, which threw me off instantly.
Well, it's because I wanted to either parting shot or just basically see what you were going to do, because it does well against most stuff.
The Automatize.
I got very greedy in this one, because I was like, I'm going to boost.
Yep.
I
boost right back.
Yeah, I should have just used Iron Head from the go to just get a free hit off, and then I should have gone into Florges. But no, I was like, man, I'm going to do some damage. I'm going to kill him.
Yeah. Even 2 times speed, like I'm still faster, because Aggron's pretty slow.
Yeah.
I get another dance off because I felt you were.
And you run away. Why do you run away?
Because it's my dragon against a fairy type.
Yeah, but you must have had do you not have a coverage move on that or anything? Even damage neutrally, it's frail on the physical side. With 2 times attack.
I think I was mainly just worried about getting Moonblasted because Como did well against Manaphy mainly, and Salamence. So
I mean, I think you could have swept from there. To be honest,
it's possible, but I felt that Florges was too much of a risk.
Z-Memento,
This
Z-Memento,
and then
worried what you're going to do
Mold Breaker.
Mold Breaker ruins your Sturdy.
I didn't look at the chat.
We even said it in the chat, and I was just like, I don't know.
I was like, Sturdy? You were like, Wakani symbol. Yeah, so I was like, I'm so confused. But I get the Moxie boost on Salamence, but then
you ran away.
Instantly scares me out because you are faster.
Yep.
I wasn't choice Scarf.
Yeah, I was gonna say
damage.
I was just gonna see if you were Scarfed, and I didn't think you would be. So.
Diamond Storm, so a mixed gemma here.
Yep. Synthesis, but
storing,
no available.
Not enough.
Doesn't matter because. Yep, we saw it did 65% last time.
Crit's a good measure, even if it wasn't a roll.
Didn't matter, but I got the defense boost again, and then he sent out Manaphy, which I am petrified of.
I mean, I was pretty scared as well. I mean, it's 5-3, and my Manaphy is now on half health. But Surf, I did the counts with one shot.
Okay.
Yep, it would one shot. So for that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna send out.
That was a mistake.
This was a misplay. I didn't actually mean to send out Como. I meant to send out Chandelure, like I did this time. Yes. And then Pasho Berry.
Pasho Berry.
Berry Seminar did well.
Berry Seminar coming out strong.
Going to the energy ball.
Which then, so you could have had a full HP Como right now.
I could have.
I mean,
but I was silly.
And then you forgot about a little thing called Scrappy.
It's not really that I forgot about it.
But you did forget about it.
Oh, I did. But
it wouldn't have mattered too much there.
Oh, God,
the mind games.
This turn needs some explaining.
I'm gonna pause it right there, guys. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Pause it one turn before the end.
This was pre-game mind game. So
we've been talking. A year it's been. JP's like, I'm never going to use high kick. I don't want to use high kick because obviously the downside of it, if you misses, you get 50% of your health. And we, for some reason, I think we both just presume it has like a 70% accuracy, like focus blast, but it doesn't.
It's 90. It's fine.
90.
Yeah. And
but you lose, was it 50 or 75% of your HP?
I think it's 50.
50%.
So
if you miss it.
I was going, it's like, all right, I'm going to send out Persian Alola because I had Z Celebrate on Vaporeon. I was like, going to see what I can do with that. And I had Protect on it. And I was like, he could high jump kick here. High jump kick will kill me. But JP has always said he's never going to use high jump kick.
Because I heard it. You miss and you've destroyed your whole game.
And
so why wouldn't you Protect anyway? Just to scout? That's why the phrase "protect to scout" is a phrase.
I know, but at this point I was it's 2v2. He's got his Mega and a Salamence, and I've got 2 dogs and cats. So
it's
a dog and a cat.
Very off.
Yeah. So So I was like, well, I've got to take the chance. I don't think JP's going to have high jump kick. I won't click protect. I will click. I think I clicked nasty plot. And,
And then I clicked the high jump kick.
and then he clicked the high jump kick.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I
that
either
was
clicked nasty plot or thunderbolt. And it's like, no, I should have just clicked protect. Like I knew I should have. But
yeah, that was mind game number 1. Mind game number 2 was you didn't think I was going to bring Aggron. And
That's true.
You told me for one, it was like, you're not going to bring
yeah.
Aggron because
I did, because why would you bring Aggron against my X-Drill?
And then
You least expect it.
I took that knowledge. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to make this work.
And
But
the
it
Z
didn't work.
Celebrate was, again, it was another thing for most of your team.
Yeah.
You know, and on the Out of Your League, Ray clearly states Vaporeon has only one set. And I was like, good job you said that, because it does not only have one set, it does have a Z Celebrate sort of, you know, more offensive set. I was like, oh, okay, JP won't think of that, and then it didn't matter anyway.
I thought you were just trying to out cheese me. It was like, ha, I can do cheese too. And I was like, no. This
As I
is
said,
my
everything
thing.
had a boosting move, because that was my plan. But alas, I take a 2-0 loss.
Yes, so
which-
that put me further at the top and you further at the bottom.
Yeah, you were 3-2, and that put me 1-4. So there was a 4-loss streak going on here.
Yeah, feels bad, man.
Yeah, and so it's not a good thing. But I realized the one thing that changed it from last season to this season, the fact that I'm no longer single. So, and as we all know,
blame the girlfriend
as we
for
all
your
know, for
defeat.
professional sports, as
Wow.
soon as you get a partner, your play drops, your mind gets shifted elsewhere. So if I don't
Please,
start
John's
getting some
coming out.
wins, we're gonna have some talking.
We're the man for the legs. The man for the legs, kid.
I'm really happy, and I don't intend, but I need these wins soon.
You do need the wins.
This is a poor show from the last season's second place, 1-4. What is that?
I mean,
So-
I just think you just got outclassed by the previous season's second place. So there you go.
well, how about all the all the Rambats, all the 1v1s, all the stuff we do where I tend to
Prep
win.
for a random battle.
Well, I tend to win in the random battles, so I have I had a good record going against you.
Yeah, you have used up all your luck there.
I did.
Right. Well, anyway, that is our games for today. Should we have a look at our infamous tiering, the ratings?
Let's
How
see
they
what
get
it's
on.
done to the chart.
Yes.
At the top, we have the Krocs,
Not
4
good
wins,
matters.
1 loss, plus 14 score.
Oh.
Sitting strong. I'm liking that at least I've got one high rating team at the top.
And you've got,
Yeah,
an
I've
A
got
plus, and then there's still that A in the third place.
Yeah,
but
Sheffield Shedinjas would be plus up there as well. Not quite
It
the
would
same
be.
Pokemon score, but the wins are what counts.
they have been there all season, even with both teams taking a loss. They're still at the top. So
Yes.
what can you do?
Yes, but not for long, as for the next result will separate the two. So the next round's result will separate the two.
Because it
One of them
is the
must lose.
Croconaws versus the
I'm
Shedinjas.
sad.
It's fine. You just gotta get over the slump. You'll be fine. Don't forget, Ed has also suffered a bit of a crushing defeat. So your match was actually close. Ed was
Yeah.
not. So you've got to take the moral high ground. Then
That doesn't matter. All that matters is this match.
You're only as good as your latest tournament, your latest match.
your latest tournament.
Yeah, that was always the old saying. It's like, no matter how much you win historically, you're only as good as your last showing. So, and he lost.
Well,
So,
sucks
aka,
to be you.
you're rubbish at your 4-1. I'm great at my 1-4.
Nah, I believe in you, man. You just gotta pull out.
You're the champ for a reason, man. Believe in Sagat.
Believe in Sagat that believes in you.
Hell yes.
So then, third place, it's the Wishty Warriors. 3
Oh,
wins,
special
2
guest
losses.
this show.
Our special guest on a monstrous plus 12 Pokemon score. Like, he looks like he should be in second, but not quite. Also, we gave him high ratings. That ratings seem to be coming through. Now, is this just because he's got a great team, or is it because John has come along leaps and bounds? I think it's a bit of both.
It is
Bit of both.
definitely both, yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
He's got a great team, but he's playing it very well.
Toxapex Landorus, I can't get over how good that That is.
Yeah, I mean, it's the OU
Yeah.
core for a reason, right?
Yep. And then he's got the godlike.
Cryogonal.
Yeah, that's the one. Cryogonal. Yeah.
The best
Iron
pick
Icicle.
you've ever
Seal
seen.
the deal.
Yeah.
And Shaman. Fuck yeah, Shaman.
That's not appeared once.
Yeah, Shaman. Yeah.
Yeah.
The more I look at that team, the more I think it should have been S. But I just didn't rate it as high as Ray's. So that's why I couldn't justify giving it an S. Maybe I should have given it an A+. I think it's similar level
Well,
to your team, Joe.
Your ratings are a bit suspect at the moment, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, looking further down, we'll get to that in a moment. Then we've got the Elite Kids on 3 wins, 2 losses, +7. Actually, all of these are on 3 wins, 2 losses. With the B+ and the infamous C+ rating.
He's currently 4th in that C+ team. Oh, he must be happy showing you guys up.
Yeah, Joe, what's going on there?
Who was it?
C+.
The Ely kids.
The Ely Kids.
Mr. Ulmer.
Well, he had the lucky side of Chris luck
Yeah.
this round.
Oh,
So I don't think
He
I'm not-
intentionally
I'm
lost
not-
to get
not
the easy side of the draw. Is that what he did? Going for those easy matches.
I think maybe if the luck wasn't so Chris luck in their match, that maybe that match would have gone that way. And I'm saying he got lucky.
oh
That
wow.
kid got lucky.
Kid
Come
got
at me,
lucky,
noob lord.
did
He got lucky.
I mean,
More luck, scrub.
now the next match that Sam is in is going to be against Ray, and I cannot wait to see that.
That
game.
is going to be hot.
Oh, that's going to be
hot
so good.
action.
I've no idea who's going to win.
Same.
I mean, judging by the ratings, I should think Ray should win. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean-
that Sam is actually playing really well. I would not be surprised if he took it over Ray. I think historically, Sam's done pretty well against Ray.
Sam is a good player. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's just his team's a bit C+,
Just drafted
isn't
a
it?
shitty
Yeah.
team. Well,
Yeah,
I
it's-
quite like his team, but I can see where you're coming from. Then we have the Malfoy Masquerades on a +5 score, doing well in the Sinnoh group.
A better showing than they had at the start.
Yes,
Right.
after a couple of recent quite strong wins, they have put themselves up there.
Slaughtered. They've slaughtered the yellow group. Those bastards. The younglings. The younglings.
Think
Zach.
of the younglings.
That Jedi Academy had no survivors.
Oh god, they're just learning. Leave them alone.
Oh no surrender, no mercy.
Then we
A
have
bloodbath.
the Toddington Torricats. It's
that's
me. +3 Pokemon score. I'm pretty happy. I'm middling out in the average with a nice B-. I'm doing as expected, I guess. Middle of the field. Slightly above average. I'm happy. Then we got the Kingswood Kabutops. Much easier to remember it when it's right in front of me. With a +2 Pokemon score. They have been sat down. They have unfortunately lost the game, which has dropped them down sort of middle of the pack.
Still against this week.
Ooh, put me on the spot there.
The Limehouse Luck.
Limehouse Structure. Are you sure? No,
I have no idea.
No,
I'm
he's not in my
completely
group. He's in Johto.
Who was it then?
It was the Kingswood
not
Kabutops
Ray.
versus the Ealing Ellicott.
Oh, it was versus Sam.
Yeah.
So
No,
it was- Yeah,
No, 'cause
yeah, no,
he-
it was. Yeah, because it wasn't Ray.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
I
match
thought he was
Sam.
against. I thought Sam was against London. Ah,
No, that.
oh, I thought
that's
that was.
a different group. That's
Oh, I'm talking out my ass. Oh, we're all.
Yes.
It's
Maybe
all
a little
wrong.
It's all wrong.
Oh, apologise.
Yeah, then we have Ray and the Bath City Bouffalance. +1 score, SS. I'm still adamant that it's an S-ranked team. I just think performance anxiety, perhaps, and perhaps easy to take advantage of team strat is what's putting them there.
He
A
got
little
the
bit
win
risky,
against
Ray. Get a little
Chris
bit risky.
Munden this round. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the Chris Luck match.
Yeah.
just do Leech Seed Venusaur and you'll be fine. Right?
Hopefully.
That's what I think.
Yeah, very bad.
Yeah, I think that this team should be a Ruby playoffs team. But yeah,
I think
we'll have to see.
he's finding his feet, and I think come playoffs he will certainly have found them.
Come on, Ray, you can do it. You got a rep for out of your league. Then we have another host to our league, the Penistone Palpitoads, on another +1 score. So same score, Ray and Sam. Sam's doing fine. Then we have the next lot all on 2 wins and 3 losses. So Bristol Braveries, after a couple of wins, they have managed to salvage some
another
score.
one
Only
climbing
-1.
up the table.
Yes,
right there.
Yes, on with the BB team. I didn't realise, but Rob has actually drafted quite a few of his mons in previous teams, like obviously the Volcarona, the Mega Gyarados he's had before. Klefki as a style of play, Basculin. So he's familiar with his team. Now he's got a couple more wins. He's against Dom next, and that is going to be that's going to be a slogfest, I reckon.
Yeah, it's going to be a spicy match.
Spicy,
Rob needs to win
match.
big to make it a Ruby, I think.
I mean, if someone...
I believe so.
Yeah, if someone told me that was going to be the grand final, I would not be surprised.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Or maybe the semi-final, because Rob has to come third.
Yes.
We've got the Lion Pass Luxrays on -2. After their loss to the next team, which is also on -2, so they actually tied them up with the Glasgow Golducks. So I probably should have put the Glasgow Golducks ahead because I rated them. We both rated them A. That's an error on my part. Sorry, Stu, you should be above there.
I mean, they're equal.
You're above this. You're better than this.
So did that put Stu second in our group overall, I think? I think at the end of this round he was second in Sinnoh.
I've not actually looked at the picture.
Well, because obviously I'm worse, and then Luxrays are worse.
Okay.
So
Stu with a strong showing there. Chippenham Town Charmeleons on -5. Hashtag Chris Luck out in force as usual. When will his luck change? What are the odds now?
Possibly in the knockout stage.
Yeah, in playoffs, everything will hit. You'll just crit like 12 times in a row.
I don't want to play him in playoffs if it gets to that.
Wow,
Someone else
this
can have
karma
that.
has come round super hard.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Maybe you just need to bring 100% accurate moves. Maybe.
Just maybe be a little bit safe. We worry about you.
Yeah. And then we've got the Ludenthal Leafybois on 1 win, 4 losses. -2 Pokemon score. So your score was actually pretty good considering all the loss.
Yeah.
All the loss.
All of the loss.
The 4 in the row.
-2.
As I said last week, kept it tight, even though the games weren't as close as the score makes out. But I've got to cling on for as much as I can, take every little bit out of those losses, and hopefully make my way through to the Ruby Cup.
Yes. And lastly, we have the Middlesborough Metapods and the Hanwell Haunters, both suffering
from alcoholism,
and some bullying from our more experienced members of the
younglings.
Season 1 champ, Season 1, 2, and maybe 3 third place. I do feel bad for the guys down there. They're trying their best, but it's not quite working out for them. I would like to take this opportunity actually to introduce you to a cheese strat of the week.
Cheese strat of the week.
It's back, and this time, so it's going to be our match between Rob and Wev. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole match. I'm just going to sort of go to the turn where the magic happened. The first thing I want to highlight is when Latios used Trick on switching to Probopass.
It was a crazy match.
It was an absolutely crazy match. Now, this was key because the set on Probopass was absolutely genius and was potentially going to let him win the game should Probopass versus Klefki come
I believe you may have aided him with this little set.
I mean, some would argue I hand a hand in both of their teams.
You're just puppeteers. Like, dance.
Yeah.
You see the
Dance,
the Clef Key set. I've spoken to Rob. He assures me it's nothing to do with anything that I've said. It's a standard Smogon Clef Key set that's sort of come up in popularity. But I like to think that he is a big fan of the show.
He took it from the cheese strat of the week.
Cheese strat of the week, he brought Carmine and went further with what was the other movie? Oh, Iron Defense.
Iron Defense for the double boost.
Yes. So now the Probe Pass. This set was absolutely genius. Had magnet pull to trap in the Clef Key, and he was also running Ancient Power for some scummy boosts that Clef Key can't switch out. Assuming this is a normal Spikes, Toxic, whatever, like obviously you can't get Toxic because it's Steel type, Spikes not going to matter because it's a big Probe Pass that doesn't care about that. Yeah, so he could just freely set up Ancient Powers. Then he also had, what's the ground base or special move? I can't remember.
Earth Power.
Earth Power, yes, it had Earth Power on it. And then one other move. However, you may remember earlier he got tricked a Choice Scarf. So, unfortunately, the Ancient Power boosts wouldn't pay off because then he couldn't switch to the actual damaging move. And especially now that this is a setting up Clef Key, it's not going to be able to do what it was. So it valiantly goes for the Ancient Powers to try and boost. It does eventually get a boost. But yeah, Clef Key just sets up in his face, and it wasn't meant to be. If he could have switched to Earth Power, then he might have had a chance at taking out the Clef Key. But it just
Or if he switched out just a little bit earlier to something else, I think.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Wev, it didn't work out. There's no way we could have predicted it, this Clef Key.
It was exciting, though.
Oh, it was hella exciting. Like I was on the edge of my seat watching this match. Invested interest apparently on both sides. But yeah, so that's my cheese strat of the week. It's Wev's Probe Pass and with a dash of Rob's Clef Key, which he stole from me, definitely. And yeah, that sort of takes us up to the end of our tier list.
It was a dirty Clef Key set, and I really, really enjoyed it.
It really was. Right, so on to our final section of this video, and that's going to be the name rater.
Everybody's favourite.
Everybody's favourite.
I'm excited for this section because I haven't seen either list of names from either of our two players, so I'm going to be going in blind, reacting fresh to all this.
Going in dry.
Visiting the name rater today, we actually have Chris Wethell's team, and we also have Joe. Which team do you have again?
I have Samson Giel's Penistone Palpitoads.
Yes, so
Are you not done?
two of the coaches that have featured in tonight in some shape or form. So we'll start off with Wev, shall we? So you just talked about him. This might be in a bit of a weird order because he's just posted it in a paragraph on
one long prose of nicknames.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and say the names of the ones and then the nickname. So first up is gonna be the Mega Medicham, which he has called Jafar. It's an easy one, just has the look of an evil genie from a popular Disney cartoon. Yep, fairly straightforward. I like it. Then next up is going to be Zapdos. Sparky was the name of a pet budgie he had as a kid. It makes sense given the electric typing. So yeah, called it Sparky. That's quite sweet.
Yeah,
that's quite sweet.
But I mean, I feel bad for it when it dies now because.
I mean, I assume that the pet's dead as well.
Yeah, maybe it's like an indomitable spirit. It can't be beaten just by fainting it. It faints
rather than dampened.
Yes, rather than dampened. Yeah.
Pet lives on in his will to play Pokemon.
And now we have the legendary Starmie, which you may remember his name is Tacky Bling.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Basically a big, obnoxious gem set in a gold ring. Yep. So it does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah. Worst tier one.
So next one I think is the Meloetta, which he has called Sasha Fierce. It's the name of Beyonce's alter ego. So it seemed appropriate to give him Meloetta's appearance as a vocalist.
and that it can switch forms. So maybe if he switches the form, it'll have a different name.
Ooh,
We'll just call it Beyonce.
It'll be Beyonce in pirouette form. Wow.
Yeah.
has to be done.
I mean, does that give away that it's going to be a pirouette form one if you call it Beyonce?
Oh, if he calls it Beyonce. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Can you
Oh, the
choose
mind
individual
games.
forms of it though, or is it just when it uses?
It's when it uses
was?
was it Relic Song? It changes form.
Yes.
yes. And next up, now this is a name I'm a big fan of. Hot Dog.
Hot dog.
It is Hot Dog because
Hot
he's a
dog.
he's a hot dog. You
He
know,
is.
He's an Arcanine. He's a fired type dog. He's Hot Dog. I love it.
He's a
It's
hot dog.
amazing.
A cute name.
And next is not going to be the muck. It's going to be. Oh, you skipped to the Probopass. Probopass. We have just seen it. It's a spur of the moment play on naval base, and he's called it nasal base.
Because it's a
Nice.
nose. Very
We're
nice.
Sending him in as a sort
I
of
like
marine
it.
commando that no one expected. And it's also got a giant nose.
It
Oh,
does
really?
resemble an entire base.
It really does, and it's tanky as balls. I'm a big fan of that name.
Good one.
Next up, is going to be the Alola Muck, which famously has been previously called Hippie Gunk. This is a name that is a take on that of Trippy Discharge,
Trippy discharge.
Oh
but with added gag reflex.
That trippy discharge.
The Trippy Discharge, very good.
Oh.
Just
Hippie
like
Gunk
Alolan.
has only fallen so far.
It certainly
My
has.
God.
Next up is this is gonna be Noivern, I believe, and he's called it Lieutenant Flaps, spelled
Lieutenant
Phla-P-S. Flappy. Lieutenant Flaps is a flappy flap flap. That's what he's written
I
there.
can't argue with that.
It's a flappy flap.
He's not wrong. He's not
I
wrong.
quite like that name. Now this one is a real legend. We have Groin Man.
Yes, the groin man.
One.
Perfect
Only.
name.
Castrated
One
groin
and
man.
Castrated groin man.
Like
What
punished snake.
What is it? Is it a trans or is it a female?
Oh
If it's
God, I
castrated?
don't even know anymore. Please, let's just not. Can we not?
That the lore gets deeper.
It does.
It didn't always used to be a female. Groin Man just seems oddly appropriate given the speedos. Is what
Doing the speedos.
It's a classic.
it is.
Classic.
A classic. Love it. Now we have the Drift Blim. It's the weather balloon.
The web
Yeah.
balloon.
The weather balloon
Yeah.
was actually named by the Out Your League gang, on its maiden appearance against me. It was originally and somewhat pretentiously called Hindenburg.
Oh.
I mean, it
It's
did
got
get.
a lot of like military sort of names for his thing.
It does. I
Is
remember
he-
it got shot down by a big V create. So what was it Inferno Overdrive?
Oof.
Yeah.
History is doomed to repeat itself.
It
It seems.
certainly is. Then next up is the Stoutland. Hasn't seen action yet. Most likely be called. I think. He's done it with capital I and an L, I think. So it's ILKLEY. So that's Ilkley. Ilkley after the famous Moor lad. Ilkley.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, well,
I'm not familiar with the lad. The more.
Yeah, I've
Ilkley
not-
is a spa town and civil parish in West Yorkshire.
Well, there we go.
There you go. Saved. Nice one, PK.
Oh, wait.
Okay, yeah, that perfectly goes well. with
Niche
his,
Yeah.
much?
These northern
Heritage.
types, like
The way that you said to famous Moor lad. So, and I think that's everyone. Have I missed anyone? No?
no.
I think that's everyone.
That
Yeah.
is everyone. So, what do we think, guys? Any favourites?
Groin man.
Groin man.
Groin Man.
Groin man. Web balloon as well. Like they're legendary staples.
Yeah, I think Groin Man, Weather Balloon, I really like Nasal Base, and Hot Dog.
Hot dog. Hot dog is good.
I'm
Jafar,
partial-
I like Jafar.
Yeah,
Partial
Jafar's
to
actually
some
really good.
Sasha Fierce, personally. I like it. I think that works really well. The
I-
mellow letter.
I just keep thinking it's a porn star. and then I hit the... Yeah, it just sounds like, ooh, Sasha Fierce. Oh, whoa. It's, oh, wait, no, hang on.
I always think Sasha Fierce is Green Man's stage name.
Like he's in drag.
Yeah, I don't know what shiny matchup looks like. You get a shiny matchup one time, just call it Beyonce.
The law
This is-
thickens.
Shiny Machamp is green, I believe.
Ah,
This is some lore we are creating.
It really is. It really is. But I think it is time now to move on to our final section, our last name rater of the day. And PK, if you want
That
to go through Samson
is-
Geel and the Penistone Palpitoads.
Indeed, this is our friend and one of the hosts of Out of Your League everybody loves, the pretty boy, Samson Geel. So, the Mega Alakazam, the old pink pounder.
oh.
The naming legacy has continued. What do we have before? We had
damp pink pounder and hot pink pounder for his previous megas.
and then we just missed out on was it Dark Pink Pedo?
Old Pink Pedo or something
Yeah,
like that.
Pedo.
For the
yeah,
Hypno.
for the Hypno that
Yes.
unfortunately was traded away during the transfer window.
He was gonna call it something different. He was thinking maybe James Joyce or Spoon Man, but he wanted to stay true to his previous naming conventions.
His nomenclature.
Yep, his nomenclature. Yeah, so we have the old pink pounder Alakazam. Next up,
I
we
I was
have.
very upset when I first saw that, and it had like the pink shoulder pads, and it had that name. I was like, oh no, so gross.
Oh, I liked it.
Okay.
That's some good work.
Continue.
Next up, we have the Mew. His previous Mew, which he had before, was Blue Stew because he had it in the shiny form, which is blue. But he's trying to be a bit more radical and progressive. So now he's pink, which is far truer to Stew's nature. Hence, True Stew.
This is true. He did bring it one game though, called True Stew, and it was shiny.
Oh,
I
slipping.
picked up on. I was very confused. It's like, oh, is Blue Stew actually True Stew, or is True Stew actually Blue Stew? Oh god, who knows?
Next up, we have Skarmory. That is Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons famously voicing Scar in The Lion King, and an armory stocks Irons. He likes that one. I think that's, it's pretty
That
good.
makes my skit even more topical.
Or
You bastard.
but I do vaguely remember that Dom had a hand in this one, if I'm
did he?
remembering correctly. If from the first Out of Your League from this season, that Sam was going to call it something different, and I think maybe Dom gave him a bit of a hand with Jeremy Irons, but
Gave them a hand, did he?
yeah, nice bit of handy. Well, it was a leaving present, They'd split up sometime
okay.
soon.
Yeah. Gentleman's glove.
Yeah, that was glad. So
Alright.
next up we have the Roserade.
Ooh, the
There's not
Roserade.
really a lot of explanation for this one. He said,
This one I like.
well, she's just a big bouquet bitch, isn't she?
I got big bouquet bitches. We got big bouquet bitches. Is it anything like that? I assume so. I hope
Yes,
so.
it's something like that at least. Next up, we have the Primarina. So Sam always said that he struggled to name his Primarina.
He didn't like it when he had it in season 1, but he's got it again.
So he has named it for its distinctive honk when it enters the battlefield, which I have never heard its battle cry, so I have no idea if it's true.
It doesn't
So
sound like a honk, but it's definitely a crazy one. It goes like woo, woo, woo.
So it is named the honk, although he did have it as big honk in
Big honk.
big honk.
Big
yeah,
clown
it's-
notes, right?
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
The honk. I like that. Or big honk.
Tweet the clown's nose, they go honk, honk. Clown nose. Yeah.
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 Next
I'm
up,
a fan.
Next up, we have the Shuckle. That is Turtleneck and Chain to honor the Lonely Island. Obviously, their second album was Turtleneck and Chain.
Yep.
A band that is featured quite prevalently in the Palpitoads' miracle run to third place last season. Obviously, his famous "I Just Came Third," which everyone remembers.
Yeah, that was such a good video.
Beautiful editing, beautiful lyricism. It was wonderful.
Filmography of that was beautiful. Well done. Sorry, I just had to put that there.
Oh no, I will always give that props. That was a great video. No wonder it took him like 20 years to do.
God, gee.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Hunch Crow. This is Tom's crow. He's going to honour his friend of the Holloway Hunch Crows, and it sounds a bit juicy. Well, Tom's crow, so he's named it as such. And yeah, I like it. It's good. It's also pink. Following
Yes,
Sam's
so pink.
love of
paying
pink things.
homage to its previous master.
Yep.
And mascot.
And mascot.
Yeah.
Master and mascot.
Master and mascot.
Next up, we have Incineroar. Obviously, this was mine last season, where I lovingly named it Tigers Are Dark.
Tigers Are Dark. Such a good name for it.
It is, however, Sam has changed
had
it.
other ideas.
He's named it Meowky Rock.
Which I do like.
I'm still a fan of it.
I like it, but it you know, I have a certain pang for the old Tigers Are Dark personally.
So is that like a wrestler name or something?
Mickey Rourke
What?
is the actor who played the main character in The Wrestler.
in the film The Wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah, and obviously Incineroar is a cat wrestler with an amazing belt.
Yes.
And he does say that they look a bit similar. Mickey Rourke and Incineroar. I don't quite agree. You can get that one yourself, but you know.
Like Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
Rourke is spelled Rourke. If you're gonna look it up, JP.
Thank you.
Looks a little bit like he's been melted by
Whereas, you know, it's a feisty feline he's sending out. There's nothing melty about him.
Yeah. Are we on to my favourite next? Please let it be.
Mr. Jamie Rat.
It's Jamie Rat!
It is the Raichu.
My favourite mon in the whole tournament. Let's go. Jamie Rat.
So, Sam says, when he first used the Raichu, he used him for Z Celebrate. And Jamie Foxx played Electro in Spider-Man 2, who got angry as Spider-Man famously forgot his birthday. Jamie Foxx, Jamie Rat, Z celebrate good times. Come on.
Is that the really old one where he's on like a telephone line and he skates away? He's like, "You're a born loser." No?
I have absolute. It was in the Amazing
It's
Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, yeah, it's Electro with Jamie Foxx.
That was the 2014 one. Not.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like the really, really old cartoon. For a second, I
Are you thinking Jamie Foxx was a really old cartoon voice actor?
it could have been. I know nothing about these.
I mean, actually, yeah, no, you're quite right.
They
And
got
he
to
also
start
says,
somewhere, right?
Raichu is a rat, not a fox. So
It is not a fox now.
there is.
so-
It's not Jamie Foxx. It's Jamie Rat,
Jamie Rat.
your
Very nice.
favourite. So next up we have the Girder. So Sam says he hasn't settled on a name for him yet. He said he does kind of want to call him Iron Fist, but that may bring some unwanted attention to the Netflix original Iron Fist. And he says that,
yeah.
but I think
Oh,
Iron Fist
man.
was definitely a thing before Netflix. Having played a little bit of
Yeah, but the Netflix series was so bad, we don't want to draw attention to make people want to go and watch Iron Fist because it was so bad.
And I might add that he has brought Girder in a game beforehand, where he named it Middling Pink Hunk, which I think is a far better name than Iron Fist.
Much better. Much
He had the
better.
old Pink Pounder, the Big Honk, and the Middling Pink Hunk. He did.
Middling pink hunk. Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
And
also could have called it Honk. Another big clown nose there.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
and
Big fan of
Last-
the clown nose this
Yeah.
season.
just no, fuck clowns. Fuck clowns. I'm personally not a fan.
So you would not draft his team then, based on his 2 clown mons?
No.
If you had
Not
Mr.
even-
Mime,
Yeah, not even a little Mr. Mime in there.
yeah, little Mr. Mime, yeah, little Mime Junior.
Mr. Mime is
Mime.
no,
No, Mr.
because
Mime, what are you
Mr.
doing
Mime
with that
is
knife?
really
Mime.
Traps you in a barrier wall. And stabs you to- Good God.
this is
You seem to be miming a noose. Oh no!
Oh no, it's become a real noose.
absolutely terrifying. And so last of all we have the Mashana, which hasn't come to a game just yet, and thus doesn't really have a name yet, but in Sam's wonderful brain, he's said he'll probably end up on something like the fetus or pink pig. Like,
is the fetus anything to do with its fetal position?
I mean, I assume so. And the thing coming out of its head does kind of look like an umbilical cord.
yeah.
Plume of gas, is it?
Anyone know its Pokedex entry?
Yes.
Is this like
I
canon?
think it's like,
Whoa.
I don't know, isn't it like psychic energy or something? Because it's just a psychic type.
It's just bong smoke. It is high as...
It's coming straight out of its brain.
Sheep.
Like, yeah.
Is that meant to be a blowhole? Is it meant to be like a
It's meant to be like a tapir, I think.
But
It's
you don't have blowholes.
Yeah, but it's like a tapir that's like curled up like a fetus and just blows out psychic energy, I think.
Well, it's all about dreams and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a dreamy.
Oh,
Mushnara, a rounded bipedal that has a tapir-like trunk.
yeah.
What's this entry? Has you got Pokedex
Dream
entry?
mist seeps out of a mark on its forehead.
Ah,
The mist has various colours depending on what dreams Mushnara has eaten.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
A quick Bulbapedia search tells me that it's based on traditional Japanese incense burners. So that may, yeah. So
We need more Mushana facts. Quick!
It also looks real stupid when it's got its eyes open and there's no smoke. It just looks like this stupid floating piece of crap.
more facts, more facts.
Well, we need it to come to a match because also he took it away from me and was it Sam Olner?
Sam Olner was really after
Yeah.
Sam Olner.
Oh, the hate draft.
The hate draft.
It's just
It's
sat
getting
there,
a bit spicy
unused,
there.
flaccid and unused.
Oh,
Right, well
Yeah,
that's all the Sans ones. Any favourites? I've got a couple.
I know you
I've
have
got
one
many.
in particular.
Rosa Rays, the big bouquet bitch, I love. That's
Yeah.
great. I think that's one of my favourite nicknames of the entire draft. Great.
I do like Big Bouquet Bitch.
What we got? I think Jamie Rat is clearly a top tier name.
I'm not.
I mean, I like the Mon more than the name, but I like the name has added to its character more. So like,
Yeah,
while
I
I'm not necessarily a
I
fan
really
of
like
Jamie
the
Rat
name.
as the name, it's like whenever I see Jamie Rat come up, I'm like, yes.
It just seems to fit it for me. It's like that's just what Raichu should be named.
He's like an everyday Raichu, you know. He's
It
just
is.
going out to do some work and comes back home to his family. He's
Yeah.
got a family to feed, Jamie Rat.
And he's a man about town.
He is a lad about town.
I also really like Old Pink Pounder. I love that naming convention that he's got going.
I love the naming convention, but it's gross as hell.
Oh,
You just have to see where he goes next with it. I think
yeah.
Meowky Rourke is one of my favourites. So that's
Meowky
great
Rourke's
as well.
really
Yeah.
nice. Sonora just seems to be a good mon to name.
It is.
And then the Big Honk.
It's a good man.
The Big Honk.
Big Honk is good. Jeremy Irons as well as Skarmory.
Yep,
I
I would
like
agree.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of good nicknames too.
He has got a lot of good nicknames because
And
he's
then
strong
some
True
nicknames,
Stew.
Disgusting ones.
At least it's not
Such-
Autism Stew.
Oh,
dear. Sam is a cruel man.
he is. He is.
Cool. Well, I think that's about rounding up for our show tonight. We've gone to our standard length of hour and 50 minutes. We'll see how long it is after the editing.
Apologies, everyone.
Apologies. One day we will make an episode that's a bit shorter.
I don't
Yeah,
apologize because I like listening to.
If you
Things of
think
this length,
it is
so-
too long, if it's too short as well, let us know. We'll try and.
This is legit something we would like to know because obviously we do these longer episodes and then we get to like an hour and 50 minutes in and then we feel really bad because like, oh, no one's going to want to watch this. But then, some people like their Pokemon League fix and
maybe we
you
just
might enjoy like longer episodes. Because then if we
everyone is more busy.
Yeah.
They actually are.
and if you do want longer episodes, then obviously we can do it a bit more leisurely and we don't have a solid keep moving us on quickly. So let us know.
Quickly in inverted commas.
Yes.
So this has been T-Cat, Krocs and Leafyboi, another episode of All Out Pummeling. PK, do you want to sign us out?
Yeah. Well, say thank to our special guest, Mr. Handsome John, coming in for today.
Thank you, Bass John.
And as we say, at the end of every episode of All Out Pummeling. Rule number 36. Don't piss into the wind.
No! My one weakness.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.